tank. That's all we want to go. Right there. Okay, let's go shoot you a stick. Ah! Oh! Side! Oh! Good boy! That's a babies. What a good boys. Alright, let's replace the fuel line. Hopefully I can do this over my shoulder. Join, don't join. I don't really give a fuck. I'm doing this more or less for me, so I have a record of everything I do on here. God, don't give a flying bit. If anybody else joins or comments or none of that nonsense. So I have my lovely magazine, which is my manual. I think it's a Calma, something like that. So I'm legit right inside of here. Good boys. That's a babies. Appreciate you. That's a pal. I'm right inside of here. That's my fuel line. It's not up high enough. Let's do this. I got a 2x prime my tank up right now that you can see front and back. So, right there. That's my fuel line that connects into my fuel injectors. That's my actual petcock that I had to pop up, and I found out way too late that you can just legit pop this fucker up. Is it up? Down? I don't know. Let me double check. Yeah. Pretty sure it's up, like up. Up and to the left. I'm gonna have to read it again, but yeah. I don't know which way it goes, but nothing else is connected besides like a bypass line in the front. This is an 06 Dyna, Super Glide Custom, FXD CI. You can see just how clean the top of my rockers are. Clean, clean, clean. So, fairing, I got to fit. This is just a shitty, probably Chinese, but fuck it, dude. It is what it is. Fairing, clamshell, Harley quarter, whatever you want to call it. But I like that when it sits like this, it's sitting at the bottom of my bottom triple tree. So I had to get from Memphis Shades a block. That's that black block there. It has a round over bull nose. If you know carpentry, you know what the fuck a bull nose is. It's instead of you, when you walk up your stairs, instead of them being squared off, there's a nice round or a bull nose. So we got that guy to fit inside of the headlight. Now everything fits pretty supreme in there. Like, pretty dialed, man. Pretty dialed. There is a tiny little bit of the headlight that still has a miniature gap. Let's see if I can. I had a full day today. Today's Monday. I believe it's the 11th of August, 2025. So I had a full day today. So if I'm rolling around on a chair and you don't like it, switch to the next channel. Go find somebody else, because you can absolutely go fuck yourself. I'm trying to be as nice as I possibly can by saying that, but I had a really tough day in 98-degree sun. So if you don't like the sound of my chair, then you can find another channel to watch. But I popped the Cruzy original on during this weekend. I had to work. I worked 6 days this week, so Saturday. I came home on Saturday, Saturday Eve, and popped that dope guy on. Cruzy Originals, let's fucking go. Also put the swing arm Cruzy Original sticker on, which I think just looks cool as hell. Since I rock bags, I didn't want it to be totally covering my swing arm. So what I did, and this is the new fuel line that we're popping on right now. There's just a nipple on the front. what I wanted to do is, excuse me, mister, thank you. What I wanted to do, since it's not really visible on the other side, is to have that dope KO swing arm sticker on just behind where it meets my trans, right? You can see that big bolt on the left, but I thought that looked dope, man. And since I don't have proper MX pegs on the back for my passengers yet, I thought it would be cool too. And I was really surprised why they did this. I was surprised why they put the wrinkle black on the rear, but not on the front. But then again, I guess because the primary's all chromed out, they wanted to chrome out the front shifter. I mean, I guess I can get that. So I tried epoxying this cocksucker last night because you've seen this hanging in previous videos, right? So I tried to epoxy that cocksucker on into this position about here, and it was to no avail. It held. I let it hold full 24 hours. As soon as I tighten this up, just more than just hand tight and torque, it just went a straight chandelier. I was like, all right, fuck it. That just tells me it's time to put the under the handlebar Acon nut off of my mirror. See this, kid? I can't do anything. Huh? Right here. Yeah, I can't do nothing. What can I do? I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing. He always wants rubbins and scrubbins. And hey, come look at me. I got a great big stick. You're about to throw it, right? 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 Oh my goodness. I can't do nothing with this kid around. But I always leave him out, so on a normal job, it takes me, 3-4 hours to get shit done, because I'm no wrench, but it takes, fuck yeah, it's always going on, fella. What's up, Chino? Appreciate you popping in, man. With this doofus, and this shit always going on, it always takes, a process that takes like an hour or two. It takes it like 4 hours later. But anyway, we have just right here. All right, simmer down, buddy. Hang tight. Hang tight, pal. We have just front blinkers that go on just right here. So in between the bottom of the Acon and then right before my clutch. So it literally just caps off right here. I don't want to install them yet. I haven't installed them yet for the simple fact that I thought this would be a lot easier for the sticker man to put a sticker on my bike, right? But now at this point, I'm thinking, you know what, fuck it. It's still legal. Like, it's legal. It sticks just under here and under here. So it has that right separation because you're supposed to have like 9 inches on either side of, I think it's, buddy, please, just fucking simmer, please, mister. I know, please. I appreciate you, please. Simmer, dude. Simmer. Will you simmer? Please? Please just simmer. He can't get enough of me throwing his goddamn stick, so. I know. I get it. He keeps moving it closer and closer and closer. So as you can see, I have the tank propped. I have, I'm getting ready to do, he doesn't even know the camera's on him right now. What a goofus. What? What is it? So I have the tank. What? Oh, your stick? Is that what you want? You want me to grab your stick and throw it? Are you ready? Ah! You wait, because he loves to grab it before me. Make sure my vape's not going to fall off the seat. Okay, we're good. Because he'll legit just jump up and take this fucker right out of my hand. Won't ya? Yes, you will. I know you will. Yeah, because you're fucking spicy pooch. Yes, you are. Okay. That thing's half as big as I am, for Pete's sake. Good boy. Bring it. This side. All right. just can't get anything done. I love the kid to pieces, but I can't get a bloody thing done, man. Not a fucking thing done. Cause this doofus every 4 minutes. Hey, come on. You're hitting my friggin' crash bags, dude. You know how I keep this bike clean? You know what time it is. Get the tank propped. Gonna install a new fuel line. It's right through here, which I didn't even know. There's a motor mount that mounts vertically. Get a load of that shit. Motor mount that mounts vertically on top of my tank, which I thought was just dope. I mean, it has the heim joints and everything inside of here and the other side. But dude, that is fucking dope. I would love to get him a sidecar. I asked, I was like, how cool would that be if I can get Buddy to put his paws on my shoulders and, just have I already have mounts for a sissy bar. Right here. How cool would it be just to have the sissy bar and then have this doofus throw his paws over my shoulder and let's just rip around town. So this is what I'm doing right now. Fuel line's right here. Just got it because last week, I don't even know. I think it was on Thursday. So this goes to the petcock. This goes to right here. And then that part goes to right inside of here. Hopefully you can see that. See that hole? That goes inside of there. But I had like 3/4 of a tank of gas drip. And I'm just glad it happened here rather than out on the road. And hopefully you can see. But I got a black braid just for the simple fact that it's a black and chrome bike. So I thought it would hide nice. But hopefully you can see that there's actual cable under there. So it's not just, shitty 3/4 fucking brake line from China. There's actual braided cable under here, which is really nice. So I never have to worry about this guy failing me, at least for the next 5 or 10 years. And I plan on keeping this bike quite longer than that. But I'm just super psyched. So when I took this guy off, I thought it was like one of the old school pinch and pries, and it's not. So just look at this real quick, right? Like, it's just a pinch. I thought it was a pinch and pry because back in the day, let me try to get this actuated real quick. Hold on, buddy. Please be patient, mister. Yes, be patient. Why don't you go have a sip of water? Rest your neck. Yeah, go rest your neck. Have a sip of water, would you? Your water's right there, pal. Go have a sip of water. Huh? You go have some water? Water, mister. Please. So back in the day when I was a kid, you'd have junctions like this and lines like this, and you would take a pick and you'd pry one out and it came out. Pry the other one out, it would come out. And then once both of these guys came out, you could remove whatever nipple that this was mounted to. Well, I don't know what the fuck this is, but that's not that. This is a pressure squeeze, and I know you can't see it good because there's proper light behind me, but let me try to do this. So, this guy doesn't have that. Whoops. Drag right out of here. Actuate, and putting it back in the same spot. That's a fucking drag, dude. Sorry about that. Pardon me, Gino. So, these guys are, see those pinch and move? Yeah, the last one was blue instead of green. So I was like, what in the world? I've never, ever experienced, and I don't even know what these are called, but most of the time, you just pull this out like a 1/4 inch. Pull this one out a 1/4 inch, and you can finally peel it off whatever nipple it is. Yeah, these are not that, dude. These are not that. These are you gotta squeeze the green tabs, and I'm like, fucking hell. So that's a part number. You want to pick it up. It had a red. This was shipped with a red nipple, which is nice. So this is a one-way valve. Had a little something I could poke on that, but yep, I can see that at the factory they had this just actuated with two green dots. Maybe I wore that one off, but there was also one there. So a black one and a black one, just so they got them lined up. You know, these guys fairly straight. Hopefully they're made in America. I don't know, but that's pretty squared away. But yeah, under here is braided cable, and then they threw a really nice coating on after the fact. So I'd like to go braided lines, clutch, throttle, which is ×2. Clutch, throttle, ×2, front brake. What other cables do I have in here? Rear brake line to the rear master. So I'm guessing about 5. Those are like 5 big things I want to do. And I have just a brake line for right now. So, man, bikes are expensive. Fucking Harleys are expensive, dude. Like, I didn't think Harleys were old man's bike, right? 1200, 1979, which is my year I was born. 1979, yeah, one step at a time. You got it, Gino. 1979 Sporty, and we rocked that fucker everywhere. We went everywhere. We went from Rhode Island to Connecticut to, you know, everywhere in Hartford, and we supported all the good guys and hit up all the cool runs, and literally from here to the River Riders, which you guys probably won't remember, but they were out of I believe Phoenix, Arizona, if not Phoenix. It was like Lake Havasu City or Bullhead or Needles. It was one of those 3. But yeah, that was a blast. That was an absolute blast. I've never been to, and there was like dudes that were in that run that were, no, please don't come through here, buddy. Please don't come through here. Around. Thank you. This side. Good boys. There was dudes in that were part of the Dirty Dozen, and that nowadays are part of Mason chapter of the Angels. So yeah, I got some awesome history lessons as a kid. And then my old man was not a member, but he rode with 5th chapter in northern New Hampshire, and I don't know how they turned out, but it was like a clean and sober type of club. But man, we had an awful lot of the freedom runs. We had an awful lot of their runs, which was really neat. Yeah, that was super fun. That was super fun as a kid. And of course, I turned around and rebelled. You know, I was sober cobra back then because, kind of under duress. My old man made me, but now it's fucking high noon somewhere, so there was no turning back from that one. You grow up in a clean and sober household where, your old man's clean and sober and you're hitting meetings all the time. Last thing you want to do is, lead a clean and sober lifestyle. One thing I can say, and hopefully I can stick with it, is I quit smoking butts this morning. So since I vape, it's not that horrible, but you will not see me lighting up a smoke, man. So I'm trying to put that fucking nonsense, because I know there's just nothing but bad chemicals in those, and that's the last thing I want to ingest in my body. So I'm absolutely trying my best with not smoking butts. My partner and I made a pact last weekend. So I was working on his house on Saturday, and this goes back to like last Wednesday, Thursday. Some guy he knows said, "Hey, I'll give you $200." So I'm gonna clearly try to squeeze $100 out of him for joining him and you know, not smoking butts and going the whole way, and not smoking butts in his work truck, and you know, all that shit, not smoking butts around him. So if he's getting paid 200 for that, you know, I at least want half. All right, let me hit the workbench right here real quick, and we'll get crack-a-lacking on this. So I got a really neat fuel line. Loving the fuck out of it. It is rated, and I will try to keep this guy as in frame as I possibly can. I'm not really great at that, but let's just try to get this guy attached, because this tank at the moment has 0 gas in it. I drained this puppy dry. But yep, still vaping. That's the only type of stuff I ingest in my lungs, but I'm going to try to do this. On another note, without right. Without even thinking about it, because I dipped too, and I haven't dipped in like a week, maybe 2 weeks. I still have some. It's not that I just haven't thought about it. I'm weird like that. You know, it's not something. I put chemicals in my body, but it's not something I think about every single day. It's not something I go, oh shit, you know, it's routine. Vaping's routine, and tobacco, smoking butts was routine. But, you know, once I supplement one for the other, I guess it kind of falls back to back play. So let me read this real quick. You just can read it with me if you like. I just want to do this and just get a whole fuel line prompt in. It may be shit, maybe very shit lighting. I'll try to do my best. So it's page 292. Induction module, 2006 to 2011 models, and this is me, come 06. So if you need this for yourself, that's what I'm going to title this video, replacing fuel lines. If you need to go back and thumbnail this, I'd be more than happy to. I'm going to skip to the other page real quick, just so if anybody needs this, you can play, pause, which I've done a million times on videos, just how-tos. Get my thumb out of the way. Alright, so fuel system, figure 114 to 118, and this is just all black and white stuff. Hopefully it's light enough. Like I said, if you need to pause it, feel free on this replay, because I haven't, you know, it's just live now, right? So I haven't produced this video yet. I haven't, whatever it's called. I don't even fucking know. Nor do I care. Whatever. Set it forth. I don't know. It's a better way to. I'm not good at all this stuff. Nor do I kind of give a fuck either. I'm more concerned about getting shit done and just recording it for the little guy that needs to. Hey, mister, you want to give me kisses? Right here. Kisses. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. What a freaking sweetheart. So I'm going to need to throw a new load of gas in here once we actually have that dialed. I pull my kneeler out. I got a little goofy husky kneeler here that my friend's dog ate. So let's just do this. Yes, I hear you. I hear you dropping your stick in front of me, Bill. This should be terribly simple. I should legit just be able to pop it on because there's a flange. Hopefully you'll be able to see the flange. And then after all that's attached, oh no. Oh, it's around my neck. God, I'm such a fucking dope. Buddy, not right this second, okay? You see him busy, yeah? You see him busy? Not right this second. You wait. Thank you. That's a good boys. Thank you, mister. You're just going to have to trust me that I'm putting this fuel line on. Because... Okay. So, literally, That's it. It's a fucking pressure fit, man. The backside that I just showed you with the green is an absolute pressure fit. Now I'm gonna drop this 2x, get my tank level, since I just cleaned the whole rib of my frame. I'm gonna pull this 2x out without putting too many prints on it. Get this guy aligned, and I guess we'll probably pop up pins. Excuse me, mister. Thank you. That's good, boys. Yes, it's actually good, boys. I'm gonna pop. I'll pop these guys in here. So what I'll do is, now that I just did the main connection without attaching it to the petcock, I'll just move it back so you can actually see what the heck I'm doing. Attach to the front, attach to the rear. So we got rear, and the way these guys go, I like to do it every other. So nut here, nut there, bolt here, bolt there, instead of running them at the same time. Because what happens, you know, by the gods, it could just go. At least if you have them actuated this way, you're going to have a little bit of, if that makes sense. If it doesn't, then you don't understand what I'm saying. All right, pal. Go, boys. So is that front or rear? That is rear. So I guess I'll go rear in first. We'll go bolt side left. One washer. And then washer on the flip side. And acorn nut. And then we'll do the flip on this side. So I'll go bolt side here. I need to lift this up just to here to get her actuated. Straighten out my handlebars. Be wicked careful of the paint. And one of the biggest things is when I pass that through, you got to make sure these wires, and it's all your wiring out of underneath your dash. Want to make sure all these wires are above the nut you just threaded through, right? So if I can get it, I'll get it. If I can't, then you fucking beat, kid. Hopefully I can just get that right there, get it balanced. Oh my, there you go. Now you're on my kneeler. Sure, don't drop it down just to here. My hand's gonna be in the way, but at least, you know, you can get a for instance of what the fuck I'm tightening right now. I can't read that comment, sorry. I'm trying to tighten shit. Sorry, not sorry. Trying to fucking tighten shit. So I'm putting that acorn on right now. And trying to balance his on my kneeler as we speak. Alright, where are we? Middle of the screen. That should work. So I'm just doing this by hand. Trying not to jack up my tank. I have these guys actually in one pocket and the other pocket. So this is how I remember to put shit away. 1/2 inch open end box ratcheting is on one side of my pocket, in my right pocket, because that's where this went when I took it off. And then left side of my pocket is this guy. Sorry, pal. I whistle, and that's usually my call to him. So this is a 1/2 inch acorn. So now I'm going to tighten this guy up before I attach my petcock, which is down below. I'm going to swap this guy, get tight. Now I'm not going to get them dumb tight until I have both of them. I'm just going to get them tight enough. So tight enough means, oh, I was going the wrong way. Fuck. Yeah, that was on reverse like a dummy. I'm not going to get them tight. Just going to get them tight enough that I essentially can't move it by hand. So, don't like crank one down and then crank the other one down and wondering why they're not fucking aligning. So I literally put, what, 3 turns on that? Buddy, excuse me. Excuse me, pal. Thank you. I love this kid to pieces, but He does circles. He's like my shark. I kid you not. He's straight like my shark. So, same thing. This side. One. A turn. That was like a turn and a half. That was legit a turn and a half. What time is it? Oh, it's 6:17 time. Yeah, I got you. So now I'm going to go down here. This is a fuel line I just put on. Now it's connected to the fuel injector side. I'm going to take my needler and pull this out so I have something to kneel on. Because I hate kneeling on concrete. 45 years old. I've been doing tile work and construction since I was 17. So needless to say, my knees are kind of smoked, man. So if I can take care of them, I'm going to fucking take care of them. That actually kind of looks dope with the black braided. So, inside of here is where my fuel line is attached. Right here. I try to flick a light on above me. It's not going to do much for that, but garage lights here are actually pretty good. Better than in the dugout. If you've ever seen me film in the dugout. So let me try to do just a very quick, take it off a tripod, get inside of here, tighten that guy up. So this is where my fuel line meets my fuel injectors, right here. So what I'm doing is I'm making sure that this guy attaches to my petcock, that I can fill my tank back up. And I was actually glad that this happened here. One, and that's a stick buddy who wants me to toss. And he's back here chewing his own bum. I'm glad it happened here. Then one, out on the road. And two, what was two? I'm not sure what two was. It is what it is, whatever. So this guy goes right up into here. If I have to like drop that down with a quarter turn, always have a rag handy so you make sure shit's clean. Don't rub your paint with it, but definitely like clean your parts with it before you. Oh, and drain in the tank, because this tank sat. That was number two. Make sure that this didn't pop when I was out and about, and then make sure that my tank was clean, free of sediment. So, with that being said, let's attach this guy. I'm very, very, very excited that this happened, and this is going to be the mating surface, and boy is she pretty, chrome on chrome. The other one wasn't chrome, it was black, and then we got a braided section in here, so this should do it. Ready? In 3, 2. Oh, thank you for breathing down my back, mister. I just love that. I appreciate you, Bill. Alright, this isn't locking down for some reason. Oh, here we go. We gotta push up on it. So I'm not used to this petcock. This is a new petcock to me. I'm used to the petcock that you have on, off, and reserve. So I just gotta push up. Here we go. And there's a little bit of gas that came out, which is no big deal. Keep a nice rag close. But that guy is in. Okay, and it's fucking lovely. Next thing is coil. Sorry. Coils and plugs. They say you're supposed to do that every 10, but fucking coil. I mean, look at this, look at the spark plug, dude. It looks like shit. That spark plug absolutely looks like shit. How fucking grimy that plug is, kid. Hey, Lisa. Thanks for joining, Dollface. Been waiting for you to hop in here. Look at all the sediment around there and just all the rust. Like, this freaking plug needs replacement, man. So it's yeah, it's about time. Why is that leaking? Is this not in the place? What's going on, dude? Is that not locked in? So down to lock, up to free up. Let's see if it's still, yep, it's still leaking. Son of a bitch. Oh, you can't see it right now. It's fucking zoomed in. Cocksucker. Now you can see it. Dude, I don't want any fucking leaks, man. What's going on? Why is this fucking leaking? Oops. I gotta figure out why this is leaking. Because that's not acceptable. That is absolutely not acceptable. Leaking is not cool, dude. I know the top of that isn't loose. Maybe it was just grimy, dirty. But that's not okay, man. That's a brand new fucking braided line. Now it's connected to the fuel injected side. I want to know, why is this cocksucker leaking right now? Flush. Maybe I didn't punch it in enough. Let's see how that sits. But it looks a lot better. It looks like way better. If you could have seen what the other one looked like. So as long as I put my finger to it, dry as a bone. Maybe I finally made the connection. So what I'm going to do, since I think that's dry, and hopefully you can see the female side inside of here to my fuel injectors. I know that's in because it's not leaking from here in the middle of my jugs, right? It was leaking from the bottom of my tank. So either that wasn't sufficiently tight, or I think I just didn't make the connection tight enough, because now, dry as a bone. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just put a drop of gas in. That will be the true tried and test. Test tried and true. So this is why I did black and chrome. So as you can see, my bike is black and chrome. That's why I did a black and chrome braided fuel line. Once I broke this by opening up the tank, by trying to check this guy out, and then I just turned my horn forward. Normally the horn sits this way. I was like, fuck it, get out of my way. And then I backed up and I was like, you know what? It actually looks kind of dope. So once I fire this up, now that the bike's good, like as far as I'm concerned right now, I could put the seat on and go right around the block. This was my biggest thing, what I was hoping. But yeah, let me honk the horn real quick. While I was waiting for my bloody fuel line, I threw a couple, let me get this gas rag out from above my tank. That's not the brightest thing I've ever done. Shout out to Cruzy Originals with the fucking stunt bunny. You probably can't see that one good, but you can definitely see this one good. Threw one on my swing arm. So we're laced up with Cruzy Originals there. I'm gonna have I don't have enough money to order it right now, but there's a beautiful 5 so this distance is 5 3/4 inches, maybe 5.5. No, it's 5 3/4. There's a beautiful cover that I have that I love from Cruzy Originals that I want to go on here. It's also the stunt bunny. I don't think you can probably see it. So let me throw a little fuel in here, and I'll be right back. I gotta go get the fuel. I don't keep the fuel in the garage for the simple fact that there's other vehicles in here and shit. I don't wanna. Well, there's history. There's history here that I don't feel like sharing, so. Yeah. Let me get this guy ready. I'll be right back in a minute. thank you. You're such a gentleman. Thank you for helping me lug this Gasket. Dude, you are such a fucking gentleman. I appreciate the hell out of you. Yes, you are. You are just a fucking gent, kid. This is actually the very first time I'm throwing gas through the fill. I'm really glad this happened, though, to be dead honest. To be dead ass and to be dead honest. I'm gonna throw my kneeler under me. I am fucking more than happy that I pried my tank a little bit too aggressively, because if I didn't know, this could have failed me on the road, and that's a bitch because not many other bikers carry fuel lines with them, unless they're, you know, really, really old school, man. Unless, you know, you just fucking know what's up and you know that, you know, what could fail at any time could. Essentially, since I have the braided line in, it's the last thing I need to worry about, at least for the next 5 or 10 years. But having that being said, with that being said, I am terribly glad that that happened for the simple fact that I literally was able to flush my tank. I drained every last drop of gas out of it. And now, got fresh. You might even be able to see. Proper fresh tank that says Murph. So these new fuel tanks are a bit tricky. They have like locks, and double locks, and triple locks. See that yellow thing? Dude, I don't know what the fuck that is. It says unlock this way. There's no vents anymore, which kind of fucks me up. So I think there's some type of push and pull. Push me, pull you, Dr. Doolittle type of bullshit. But when they figure out how to... Oh, that's it. All right, I hear it moving. Yep, that's it. Cool. So you got to put pressure on the tank. Hopefully this is coming in. You got to put pressure on the nozzle, rather, not the tank. Put pressure on the nozzle. And then, yep, okay, cool. So pull the nozzle back to me. Now, I don't know what this is going to register as. I imagine there was about 3/4 of a tank of gas. Or excuse me, less than that. When I had this failure. Let me just watch this and pay attention. I'll talk after. I gotta pay attention to what the fuck I'm doing. Alright, that's about all I want to put in here. I still want to keep about 1/8 of fuel in this tank for the simple reason that I don't trust what was sitting in the bottom of that because it wasn't brand new. So, that being said, now we can properly fire this back up. So this will be the maiden fire up after my debacle with me fucking up my fuel line. So let's just get this puppy right. What are we doing? Straight behind. That works. Get all my magazines and shit out here. My manuals. Sure, I can drop a drip. I didn't. I'm just trying to be really careful on the tank. Battery's still hooked up. Just put a new battery in. Just put a new air filter in. That's pretty much done. But man, I'll tell you, I will friggin' swear by this. This is one of the most helpful manuals I've ever had in my life, and I love. Oh, buddy, get out of my pocket, you friggin' goofus. I had a couple treats in my pocket earlier. This goofy's trying to grab treats out of my cargo pockets. He's such a goof. But if you have a chance to grab one of these, nowadays they call them Climber. Back when I was a kid, they just called them Hanes, man. So if you have a vehicle, car, truck, SUV, I don't give a shit what it is, bike, fucking scooter, quad. Dude, get a manual. You can do really quick maintenance on it yourself. You don't have to bring it to a dealership. If you're somewhat mechanically inclined. You ready to fire this pig up? Let's go, buddy. Right here. That's my boy. Oh, I love you, God. Oh, I just love you. Oh, I just love you, baby. Oh, Frankie. Oh, Frankie. Oh, Frankie next kid. I freaking love you. Oh, he's the best boy. He really is the best boy, man. Alright, we got fuel. Oh, we still got drips. Fuck, sucker, we got drips. God damn it. Where's that drip coming from? Careful, watch your noggin, dude. Bashed his noggin on the fucking crash bars. Alright, I think I know what I need. I gotta tighten. So we got minimal drips here. It shouldn't have been so cohesive to throw this in because we do have minimal drips here, which I'm not fucking loving. So let's just do this so it doesn't land on the chrome. I think, oh, you can't see. I'll try to make you see. I think it's on this. I think it's the actual top of the nut that attaches to my petcock. I think it's here. I think it's 9/16. I'm not sure though. Let me see. 9/16, 15 mil. It's one of the two. Let me grab 9/16 first. Negative 15 mil. Man, that's like fucking inch and a quarter. I don't even have that. I don't even have fucking channel locks on me. Oh, this is terrible. Because I'm not home. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. What am I gonna do? How am I gonna remedy this? How am I gonna remedy this fucking drop? Let me see what I have. I do have vice grip, but boy, would I hate to put vice grips on that. Oh, would I? Fuck, I would just hate to put vice grips on that. That would fucking, oh, that is some hack shit. I would really hate to put fucking vice grips, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to. Nope, that is tight, tight, tight. Why do we have a leak? Why do we have a leak? Let me lift this up again. There might be something in the way. Unless I didn't read something that said, hey, do this, because there's fucking this gasket that goes on before you attach it, because, you know, very clearly, it absolutely could have been a gasket that goes around here, which now I'm thinking there is. Just a really small black rubber gasket. And I don't believe they sent one. But I'm going to have to look now that I killed this. I'd hate to pop it back in. And that's why you should read your fucking instructions, man. Read your instructions. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's do it the right way, buddy boys. Let's do it the right way. Alright, so this is what it came in. American Big Twin. Let's just pick this up. Back on the ground. This is what it came in. Performance Braking Systems. American Big Twin. Product Goodrich. The Scoofus. On a fucking 48 Sportster. Absolute skirtster. And there was 0, and I made sure when I opened this, it was pretty damn cocksure. There was no nothing. There was no gaskets, There were no soft gaskets, there were no hard gaskets, there were no bushings, there were no nothing. Electric, fuel injected, that's what HDEFI means, baggers. And 2002 to 2006, Dynas. 04 to 14. That's me. There was nothing in here, dude. But that looks like that needs a small black bushing. A small black gasket. That's like, I don't know, ½ inch, less than ½ inch. There's nothing in there, and I'd open that thing careful as fuck. And I don't have here, I don't have any type of gaskets, any type of bushings, any type of gasket material. The only thing I do have, and this is just fucking asinine, because this ain't gonna help for fucking dick. It's cardboard. Cut a small little circle out of that. This was for something else. This was for me measuring my front block. This was for this. I can show it right here. See that block? Alright, man, I appreciate you. Sorry this drug out, and it was, not the video I wanted it to make, but alright, Gino, man. Do your thing. Have a great night. Thank you for the heads up. Love and respect to both of yous, all of yous. But if I can chew a little circle out of that, this was my mock-up piece of cardboard this way of what my headlight block was supposed to look like. And that's exactly what turned out to be what my headlight block was supposed to look like. So this black block has 2 notches here. Bing, bang, and then 3 going vertically. So 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. And I sent it in the second hole here. So there's 2 more behind it. But yeah, that's what that, I don't even know if I can get in here, but that's what, yeah, you can see it. That block with the black block with the 3 holes. So I just made that as a mock-up just so I'd make sure that I had enough material. But man, I really don't want to make gasket material out of fucking cardboard, dude. Like, I really don't. I do not want to make gasket material out of fucking cardboard. That is not one of my favorite things to do. But I'm not cool with those 2 drips you see under the bike right now, because this thing doesn't fucking drip an inch. Not a fucking nothing. This bike doesn't drip a drop. And I want to keep her not dripping a drop. Son of a bitch. Let's play stick with the boy real quick. Yep. Okay. Go babies. Go babies. Yes, you are. You ready? Okay. That's good boys. Good boys. Grab it, rabbit. You get it. Bring it. There you go, it's on the ground. Why are you looking up? It's not in the bushes. Good boy, bring it. This side. Oh, the good boys. Oh, he get the good boys. That's a good fella. I don't know how I'm going to remedy this, man. I'm just kind of at a loss right now. Kind of at a fucking loss. I got to figure out what's making this leak, dude. Since I just had my last 2 homies hop off. Basically just tell me to fuck off. I'm getting bored. I'm probably just gonna kill this, figure it out on my own. I'll fire this up in my own fucking time. Alright. Let's call it.